And look at that. Look at that beautiful long fallen. That was actually the jumping. That was the flying, not even jumping. At some point, I was really scared. Hi guys, my name is Anna. I hope you know that. But if you don't, I have my Telegram channel, which is completely free, and we trade together right there on binary options. I have 12 signals a day in my Telegram channel, so just proceed, check it out, and let's go. Hi guys, here's Miana with the four indicator base strategy. I think it's gonna be kind of helpful and useful. So if you are still here to learn something and to earn something in the end, that's the right spot, that's the right place to be. So we're gonna be starting and testing it. Okay, let's proceed with all these setups. Let's make it quick because seems like this strategy is gonna be having, it's gonna be quite informative. Of course, it depends on 100 things and market and periods and setups and me and same moment, but I think it's gonna be just fine. Going with the 10 seconds because the strategy is going to be really poor indicator. I'm sorry, but you gotta stick to the 10 seconds this time. And awesome oscillator, you gotta leave it. Then go into the ATR and working a bit with the period and thicknesses. Then go into the Bollinger Bands. See it better, and maybe, yep, it's just fine. And then we go into the fractional, right? Look at that. Seems nice. Seems really nice. Let's check it. Let's see how it's gonna be working. Okay, seems like we are at the highest point. Look at the ATR showing us we're getting downward. Look at the awesome oscillator showing us the candles are getting smaller and they are red, orange. And I think we gotta get downward. That's my plan, to be with the Bollinger Bands. Still cannot see it. For me, anything could happen if I gotta be checking that. But I'm quite sure about what we're gonna have in a minute. So let's see. And look at that beautiful long fallen. But ATR started to show us that we're getting upward a little bit, but it's just fine for us. So ATR worked a little bit in advance. That's actually the beauty of it and the tricky thing about it. The first impression that we are having is like we gotta get downward once again, but look at this one. It's hard to explain, and I wish we had something like maybe zigzag. I miss it. Can you imagine that? Because I want to see the clear tendencies right there with the fractal. It is, you can see it, but really and truly the small one. I want to see the bigger one. And I think we're gonna get upward a little bit and then going downward. That's my plan. That's my plan. But how we can see that with that strategy? No, we can't. And that's the problem that we are having right there. We had the big rising, so that's big, smooth, kind of slow rising, because you can see that it's going and going and going a little bit, a tiny step. And now the ATR is showing us extremely like we gotta get downward. But what we can see, it is, but a little bit later. So with this ATR, maybe we need to be like before of what it is showing to us. Right here, kind of easier. I think we're gonna get, after all that falling, we gotta get upward. I'm gonna see that with the awesome oscillator. I'm gonna see it with the volume bands. I don't know why, but I can see that perfectly. And what about the ATR? Still showing to us that we have some space to get downward. I think so, but I think in a minute it's not gonna be like that. Look at that, that was actually the jumping. That was the flying, not even jumping. We just got it like that. That was a splash. What to say? We cannot trust ATR. This is actually an opinion that I have on this indicator and this strategy. Something is wrong with that. Actually, it is repeating all that we have, but it is more flat than I want it to be, that it's going to be convenient to read. That's the problem. Okay. That was the bottom. We started to rise, we started to get back. The candles are green with the awesome oscillator. It's getting smaller and trying to get above zero. What about the ATR? Showing us that's the peak, but I think all this rising could be just with the letter. It's kind of with the steps, it's kind of a letter. So I am fine with that. Let's see it. So, get back. We had the slowly falling, now we have the slowly rising, and at some point I was really scared. Guess what? Yes, guess what? We're gonna raise it, and then we're gonna go into that biggest rising. We are at the lowest point. How we can actually see that with the awesome escalator. This is the biggest candle, and after the biggest, lowest, I mean the orange candle. Yeah, so it started to get the green one. That's pretty common. What about the ATR? It is even showing us that we kind of get a little bit upward. What about the Bollinger Bands? We need to be quite attentive to all this moment when it's getting smaller. Sometimes it means nothing, because you can see that before we had such a small period with one green candle. Who needs that? Nobody needs that. But what we can see right there, we are actually extremely changing the direction. And what about the Bollinger Bands? We have a little bit wider channel, but it is almost invisible. Oh my god, maybe that was just... No! Okay, now you can do whatever you want to. I don't care much. Now, as you want it, because we are done. As I promise, that's a beautiful one. I would replace ATR with something. Stochastic oscillator. I am not talking about MACD, but even RSI, I think. Because I had some troubles with reading it, and I have some troubles with understanding it. So replace it with any line indicator that you love and trust, and play a little bit with the periods, and I think it's gonna be nice strategy. And don't forget, below this video and just in the bio, here we are with all links. You can find it, you can join it, and you can see what I else have. Yes.